Good evening from Washington, D.C., and thank you to those of you joining us from around the world for news from a Catholic perspective. I'm Lauren Ashburn. The move to defund Planned Parenthood and replace Obamacare takes another step forward, although Speaker Ryan admits it needs changes to actually pass the House floor. Correspondent Jason Calvi is following the developments on Capitol Hill. Good evening, Jason.
Lauren, the health care plan was just one vote shy of being shot down. 3 conservative Republicans voted against their own party's plan, including Virginia's Dave Bratt.
The current bill contains too much of Obamacare structure.
Virginia Representative Dave Bratt and 2 other members of the conservative House Freedom Caucus, including South Carolina's Mark Sanford, voted against their party's health care bill. But it still passed the House Budget Committee.
We need to take this once-in-a-century opportunity to make these structural changes to get the federal government out of health care, right? Return power back to the states and the people, and we'll still have a safety net.
What are you doing? It shows the difficulty Republicans will have in getting the votes needed for it to pass on the House floor next week. Even chief salesman, Speaker Paul Ryan, admits the current bill needs changes. Enter the author of The Art of the Deal, the President of the United States.
It's something I haven't seen in a long time. This president is getting deeply involved. He is helping bridge gaps in our conference. He is a constructive force to help us get to a resolution so that we get consensus on how to repeal and replace Obamacare.
And Budget Committee Chairman, Tennessee Republican Diane Black, says she stands behind the GOP bill.
And it is our response to the outcry from our own constituents to rescue them from Obamacare.
But every single Democrat in committee opposed the GOP bill. They point to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office findings that the Republican bill would boot 14 million people from insurance next year.
That is not the compassionate way. That is not the Good Samaritan. That's not the faith that I have.
The pro-life group Priests for Life praised today's committee vote approving the bill which defunds Planned Parenthood for 1 year. The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops says any repeal of Obamacare should include a replacement plan that makes sure the millions who rely on it won't lose access to health care. Lauren?
Jason, do we know what the president is doing to change the bill?
Well, the president told Fox News yesterday that the GOP plan was very preliminary, and on Air Force One, he says there's a lot going on. It might get all mixed up, but they'll come up with something. The White House is reaching out to these conservatives who right now are skeptical of the GOP plan.
Correspondent Jason Calvi on Capitol Hill. Thank you, Jason.